And so, become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Hello, I'm Lisa the Ukulele Fool, and I'm glad you've joined me to do a little learning here, because we're going to work on barred chords, specifically D7 as a barred chord. And we're going to teach your children to do it, so come along. So what is a barred chord? We got the dogs playing over here. Ignore any sounds you hear over there. A barred chord is when you take your pointer finger on your left hand and you use it to create the nut of your ukulele in a different location. And in the case of D7, we're going to be using it on the 2nd fret. So placing it there. And so basically you've got your open strings would sound like that. You put a bar on. Now, there are some tricks of the trade to help you do it better. Trick number 1, you can use your right arm to create a lever situation. So you're pressing a little bit on the body of your ukulele, and if you're keeping this finger rigid here, I don't even have my thumb, and with pressure here, I'm pressing my ukulele into my finger. And then you add your thumb, you've got a little bit extra there. Now, something else that you can use, particularly as a beginner, is you can use the 2-finger approach, and that's the 2nd tip. When you are only using a bar and one other finger to create a chord, like the D7, you can add a little extra weight by combining 2 fingers. So I am taking my pointer finger and stacking my middle finger on top of that, and then we'll talk later about making the D7 specifically, but just barring across. And so you've got a little bit extra oomph to make that bar. My 3rd trick is more a mental helping with the concept of a bar. One of the things that you want to think about is using that finger to create a wall just behind that fret. So think of your finger as a wall. Sometimes if I'm having trouble getting all my strings to ring out nicely, if I just think that and look carefully at my placement, that wall concept helps me get a cleaner sound, prettier sound. So let's talk specifically about D7. So D7 is barring in the 2nd fret. And let's plan on using the 2 fingers stacked on one another to start out with. And then you would take your ring finger and place it on the 3rd fret to make a C. And there's a diagram to help you out with it. So just play around with that. Make sure that you're getting everything to ring out nice and cleanly. If not, relax. Again, remember to do a little leverage. You're stacking, think about a wall. So that's D7 as a bar chord. You want barred chords because barred chords can do some really cool stuff. They slide around. They're a movable shape, and movable shapes are cool. That's for a later lesson, though. The chord transition that we encounter the most and teach your children is from a G to a D7. So the first thing that I move is my ring finger to get it to that C note on the A string in the 3rd fret. And so you use that as kind of an anchor, then to set that D7. And then going back, I lift this finger up and then shift and put my ring finger back down. So practice making those transitions. let's do some skills and drills. So we will do our G for 4, 2 beats rest to switch to the D7, 4 D7, 2 beats rest, back to the G. Let's do it. 1, 2, and here we go. G, 2, 3, 4, switch to D7, 2, 3, 4, switch, and G, 2, 3, 4, switch, and D7, 2, 3, 4, switch, and G, 2, 3, 4, switch, and D7, 2, 3, 4, switch, and G, 2, 3, 4, switch, and D7, 2, 3, 4, switch, and G, 2, 3, 4, switch, and D7, 2, 3, 4, and back to G. Let's take it a little bit less time in between. Let's just have 1 beat to shift. Isn't that right, Tika? 1, 2, here we go. G, 2, 3, 4, shift. D7, 2, 3, 4, shift. G, 2, 3, 4, shift. D7, 2, 3, 4, shift. And G, 2, 3, 4, shift. D7, 2, 3, 4, shift. And G, 2, 3, 4, shift. D7, 2, 3, 4, shift. And G, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, and G. Let's do it with no beat in between. Okay, no beats in between. 1, 2, are you my timekeeper? 1, 2, and here we go. G, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, 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 and G, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, and G. With me so far? Timestamps down below to help you practice. If you need more practice time, that's what I'm here for. I know you still have an hour to wait for food, so go. I know I love you too, but I have students here. That's right. We are now going to go from C to D7, and that happens fewer times in the song. And let's just do it with no switch. I'll bet you could do it because it's you got your C, change to the D7, easy peasy. Well, I know it's hard for my beginners, but it's easier than the G switch. You're just putting these 2 fingers down on your bar chord. 1, 2, and start with C. C, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D7, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D7. Hey, you made it this far. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell. I would also like to give a big heartfelt thanks to my patrons, and I'm just overwhelmed by the support. You know, it seems like almost every day I'm getting a new patron, so thank you so much. If you're not familiar with patreon.com, it's kind of like a virtual tip jar, except for when you tip somebody at Starbucks, Do they then give you a reward? Well, that's what Patreon does, because you get a reward, and the reward for everybody that supports me, even if it's just $1 a month, you get access to all my chord charts. This is part of the New to Uke series, and then I also have a guide to the New to Uke that takes you through all, just like you were one of my face-to-face students. You get all the videos, you get all the chord charts that go with it. Ask me questions. So at the higher levels, we have jams going on, and every once in a while I'll throw in an open town hall where you can come and ask questions, and we can build it as a community. So patreon.com, it's a great place, and thank you to all my supporters. I'm going to throw a little introduction your way. And for the chord chart that I have on Patreon, I have the chords out in a diagram, and I'm probably going to redo all my chord charts to do that. My students are finding it really helpful, the students that I work with in live classes, and so I'm sharing that with my patrons. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, begin. That is such a deep and meaningful song. I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. I hope you've enjoyed playing along with me. And so until our next tutorial, I better go feed the dog.